Hey guys, Robbie here from CrossFit South Bend. Today we are going to talk about the infamous cheat day and my thoughts on the very notion of a cheat day. So, first thing, always got to emphasize, especially with these types of videos, I'm not telling anyone what to do. You want a cheat day? Have a cheat day. You like a cheat day? Have a cheat day. We're not in the business of being a nagging spouse or an overbearing boss or a parent. We're just providing information, and if you choose to use that, great. If you choose not to, that's cool too. So, these are just my thoughts on the whole concept of a cheat day. So, number one, as a whole host of people besides me have pointed out, the very word cheat is really ridiculous when it comes to using it in this particular context. You know, we use cheating to refer typically to academic dishonesty, cheating on a test, or marital infidelity, or something of that nature. Why are we using that term for something that you are actively choosing to do and not harming anyone else? I don't really understand. I think there's a whole lot of psychological baggage that comes along with it. I understand the idea of trying to say, oh, well, you've made a promise to yourself and you're cheating on that promise. But I think it creates all this psychological baggage that is just really, really unhealthy. And I'll delve into that a little bit more in just a second. But I think, as Robb Wolf, one of my favorite people in the health and nutrition space, has said, we eat food, there are certain consequences that come from eating said food, and that's it. There should be no guilt or shame or anything around, this notion of cheating on your diet. It's like you either make a choice to have some food or you make a choice not to have some food, and that's really it. We shouldn't be using this term of marital infidelity or academic dishonesty for cheating. Second problem with a cheat day, in my opinion, blood sugar roller coaster. So, you're going along, eating nice real whole food, and then you spend this entire day essentially, coming close to being diabetic, let's say, not of course actually, but just, spiking your blood sugar unnecessarily, with all these kind of off-plan meals. I think that is really problematic, which I guess leads into the third idea. When you make it into this kind of day, there are a few things that happen. There's this image of kind of someone sitting in the corner, chowing down on a bag of Doritos, and saying, "Oh, it's my cheat day, it's okay," and actively searching for bad stuff to eat because it's your cheat day. I think that whole notion is problematic. I think if you're going to have off-plan food, it should be with others in a social context. It should be a legitimate special occasion, as we've talked about many other times. And it shouldn't just be because it's that day. It shouldn't just be because it's a Saturday. Realistically speaking, it's not the case that we need to have this gigantic binge, once a week just because it's a Saturday, which leads into the next problem with the notion of a cheat day is you create this very unhealthy psychological relationship with food. Part of that unhealthy psychological relationship comes from the idea of, you're cheating on someone and the guilt and shame that comes along with it. But the other half comes from the idea of just kind of this binging and then purging when Monday comes around. Not literally purging, but kind of, cleaning things up and, okay, well, it'll come back around on Saturday so I can binge as much as I want. I think that just creates an unhealthy psychological relationship with food. So what do we propose instead? Well, I've said in many other videos that I think, there's nothing wrong with having off-plan foods like pizza and ice cream, and health conditions notwithstanding. There are some people who legitimately with certain health conditions can't have those things, but health conditions notwithstanding, every year on my birthday I have a pizza, and I'm going to continue to do that with friends, and enjoy myself. And I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but it should be for a special occasion. So how do you navigate this? So again, don't try to plan this one specific day that has no connection to Thanksgiving or Christmas or these other special occasions. It's just a random Saturday where you're just going to completely binge. That's just silly. There's nothing wrong with having maybe a couple squares of dark chocolate on the weekend, or a glass of red wine if that's your thing, or maybe a gluten-free burger or something like that. But just from the outset, let's reduce it down from like a cheat day to maybe a meal, which I wouldn't call a cheat meal because, again, I think the whole notion of calling it a cheat anything is ridiculous. But, something that you're sharing with others, something that you legitimately enjoy and you're not just having it just because, oh, it's my cheat day. Those are for the kind of more your yellow light items like the dark chocolate and the red wine and the, gluten-free items that we've talked about in other videos. And then for those red light items, those things that don't actively contribute to your health in any way, shape, or form, you really should just save those in kind of our opinion for no more than once or twice a month, only for the purpose of a special occasion and only for something you truly care about. It shouldn't be something that happens on a regular basis. And no one's going to be perfect with all of these rules all of the time, but this can be a way to guide you. So just in general, when people ask me my thought on a cheat day, I think it creates a horribly unhealthy relationship with psychological relationship with food. I think it makes people end up eating bad things that they wouldn't normally eat just because it's a cheat day. And I think it makes it so that they fail long term at keeping their cravings and appetite in check. And I think there's a whole better way to do things that involves having those off-plan things less frequently and in a more special and meaningful context. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in.